So Crimson Desert came out on March 19 of this year, and it was one of the most anticipated and hyped up games for a while. Now it does have mostly positive reviews on Steam. It also has been getting more people to play the game. Now the player base numbers on Steam are doing pretty well, but that's not to say the game is perfect. While it does have a lot of places to explore and lots of content, there have been some issues that gamers are not accepting. For one, if you're using an Intel Arc GPU, the game will give you an error that your graphic device is now supported. And that's just too bad because the developer is not going to fix it, so you have no choice but to refund it, and that's it. The game's ambitious direction was even compared to Zelda Breath of the Wild, but the game makes things so tedious and complicated that in some puzzles or quests, it can drag on for a long time. And those ideas from Zelda don't really carry over to a medieval game, but that's just one person's opinion. There's a bunch of problems that are affecting the fun factor for some people, like the bad controls that are confusing and clunky. They found some artwork that looks to be generated by AI that some people will not support. Puzzles can appear to be too confusing or poorly explained, which led to more frustration. The game has great visuals, world, and overall ambition. The combat and gameplay is fun, but very complex and overwhelming. Some people have said it only gets good after several hours, which is hurting first impressions because some people do not want to put in 6 to 8 hours until they realize, okay, now it's fun. That's a bit too long for some people. The game is mostly getting good reviews, but there's a number of players that report having graphical issues, bad controls, gameplay feels repetitive, or that it has DRM. Ever since the Metacritic review came out with a score of 78 out of 100, the stock for the publisher went down by 30%. The game was in development for 7 years, and they spent around $133 million just to make the game. So I guess investors were expecting a higher score for something so expensive, so ambitious, which had so much hype around it. But with a score of 78, they said, nah, we're out, that's it, we're done. Maybe they're hoping for a score around maybe the late 80s, early 90s, but that just did not happen. There's many issues around the game that led to massive refunds. Here's a couple of comments from people. These controls have made it incredibly hard to enjoy as everything seems like a chore. Talking to NPCs should not be this annoying. Complete garbage. Someone wrote about the game's controls. This game somehow manages to overcomplicate what Black Desert had, and at the same time deliver less. So many keys for so little. Crimson Desert has the worst controls I've experienced in a game. It doesn't click with me. They need to rethink this. It's not just the controls that are annoying. Some users have said it also suffers from input lag. Feels like every action happens after button is released, not pressed. In Polygon's review, Marlo's Valentina Stella breaks down Crimson Desert's nightmare control scheme. While I'm all for complex control systems that take time to master, it's only worth mastering control systems that are built on logic and intention. In Crimson Desert, I suspect the most basic interactions were made needlessly confusing to create an illusion of depth. There's really no reason why a single interaction prompt should not be sufficient to cut down a tree, or why a game needs 3 different mechanics to reach a similar outcome. The only aspect of gaming where an abundance of button combos usually works well is in combat. We have yet to hear if the developer is going to address the control system or if they're going to focus on other issues. It looks like a great game. It's fun with a lot of exploration, but the controls seem to be the biggest issue right now. So if you did play Crimson Desert, let me know what the pros and cons are in the comments. Please leave a like rating on the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.